Every day, thousands of planes take off, soaring across the skies, carrying passengers who trust they will reach their destination safely. Everything seems normal until it isn't. Imagine boarding a routine flight, fastening your seatbelt, and gazing out the window as the engines roar to life. The hum of conversation, the soft glow of cabin lights, the quiet expectation of another uneventful journey. But then, without warning, the aircraft vanishes. No distress signal, no wreckage, no explanation, just a chilling silence that echoes through the corridors of history. Throughout time, there have been flights that disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only mystery, speculation, and haunting questions. What happened to these aircraft? Where did they go? And most disturbingly, could it happen again? Tonight, we unravel the chilling mysteries of aviation's most baffling disappearances. Buckle up, because the truth may be more terrifying than you ever imagined. The year was 1947, a British South American Airways flight. The Stardust was en route from Buenos Aires to Santiago, Chile. It was a routine journey with no reported issues. The pilots were experienced, the weather seemed favorable, and there was no indication that anything was amiss. But just moments before its scheduled landing, the control tower received a final cryptic Morse code transmission, STENDEC. Despite immediate search efforts, no trace of the aircraft was ever found. No wreckage, no bodies, nothing. It was as if the Stardust had been swallowed by the sky itself. For decades, experts and amateur sleuths alike debated the meaning of that final message. Was it a distress signal? A classified code? A plea for help? Theories ran wild, but the truth remained elusive. It wasn't until 1998, more than 50 years later, that a shocking discovery was made. The wreckage of Stardust was found buried deep beneath the ice of the Andes. Investigators concluded that poor visibility had led the plane to crash into the mountains. But one mystery remains unsolved. What did STENDEC mean? Some believe it was a scrambled distress signal, while others insist it held a deeper, more sinister meaning. One theory suggests that in the chaos of an emergency, the pilot mistakenly transmitted the word backward, meaning descent. Others propose a more ominous possibility, that it was an intentional coded message, meant for someone who understood its true meaning. If that were the case, who was the message for? And what were they trying to say? Amelia Earhart was more than just a pilot. She was a symbol of courage, determination, and defiance in the face of the impossible. A pioneer who pushed the boundaries of what was possible. In 1937, she set out on her most ambitious mission yet, to circumnavigate the globe by plane. She never made it home. On July 2nd, Amelia and her navigator, Fred Noonan, were flying over the vast Pacific Ocean, en route to a tiny island known as Howland, but something went wrong. Her final transmission was brief and unsettling. "We are running north and south." Despite an enormous search operation, no trace of her plane was ever found. Many believe Earhart simply crashed into the ocean, lost forever beneath the waves. But others claim she and Noonan managed to land on an uncharted island, surviving for some time before meeting a tragic fate. In 1940, skeletal remains were discovered on a remote atoll, leading some to speculate they belonged to Earhart. But no definitive proof has ever been found. One of the most controversial theories is that Earhart was captured by the Japanese military, suspected of espionage, and held as a prisoner. Some even claim she was executed or forced into a secret life under a new identity. Supporting this idea are reports of radio transmissions allegedly picked up by amateur operators containing distress calls attributed to Earhart. Were these cries for help real? And if so, why were they ignored? Another bizarre theory suggests that the US government knew exactly what happened to her, but chose to keep it classified. Could Amelia Earhart have been a part of something much bigger than we were ever told? May 30th, 1979. A Boeing 707 carrying valuable cargo, including paintings worth millions of dollars, was making its way across the Atlantic, nearing the coast of Brazil. The flight was calm, and everything appeared to be proceeding as planned. As it approached Recife, the pilot calmly transmitted his last words. Varig 967, ready for landing. And then, nothing. The plane vanished. Rescue teams launched an immediate search operation, scouring the ocean for debris, survivors, or any clue as to what happened. But no wreckage was ever found. No distress signals were sent. No passengers were ever seen again. How can a massive aircraft simply disappear without a trace? One prevailing theory suggests a catastrophic navigation failure, leading the aircraft far off course. But others believe something far stranger occurred. Perhaps an unknown force intervened, causing the plane to disappear into the abyss. Could the cargo on board have played a role? These paintings were reportedly extremely valuable, leading some to speculate that the aircraft was targeted for hijacking. But if that were the case, where did the plane go? Some investigators believe the aircraft was diverted to an undisclosed location, its fate covered up by powerful interests. If so, why has no wreckage ever surfaced? No bodies? No clues? To this day, the fate of Varig 967 remains one of the most chilling aviation mysteries in history. March 8, 2014. A Malaysia Airlines Boeing 707 takes off from Kuala Lumpur, heading for Beijing. 239 people are on board. It is supposed to be a routine flight. But 40 minutes after takeoff, it vanishes. The final communication? A simple, eerie transmission from the co-pilot. "Good night, MH370. Then, silence. What happened next defies all logic. The plane didn't just lose contact with civilian radars. It deviated from its intended path, making an abrupt turn southwest, heading toward one of the most remote regions of the Indian Ocean. Military radars tracked the aircraft's movements for a while, and then it disappeared for good. A web of theories emerged quickly. Some believed it was a mechanical failure, while others suggested a deliberate act. Among the most chilling possibilities is that the pilot intentionally diverted the flight, leading everyone on board into the unknown. Investigators discovered that the plane's transponder was deliberately turned off, making it invisible to civilian tracking systems. But why? Was it a hijacking, a suicide mission, or something even darker? Satellite data later revealed that the plane flew for at least 7 more hours before vanishing. If that's true, what was happening inside the aircraft during that time? Were the passengers still alive? Had they already succumbed to an unknown force? Over a year later, pieces of debris were discovered on distant shores, suggesting the plane had crashed. But the exact location and cause remain a mystery. Some claim the wreckage was planted to mislead investigators. Others believe the flight was intercepted mid-air by a government force, taken down intentionally to prevent something from being revealed. One of the most controversial theories suggests that MH370 was not lost at all, but taken. Some believe it was secretly landed on a hidden airstrip, its passengers held hostage for reasons unknown. But if this were true, where are they now? To this day, Flight MH370 remains one of the greatest aviation mysteries in history. Each of these cases adds to the growing list of eerie disappearances, fueling speculation and fear. Could there be a common factor linking these vanishings? Or is the truth something humanity is not yet ready to face? A plane disappearing in the modern age should be impossible, and yet it keeps happening. What would you do if you were on board one of these doomed flights? How would you react to the unknown, knowing there was no way out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe these disappearances were simply accidents? Or is there something much darker at play? If you enjoy uncovering the world's most chilling mysteries, subscribe to the Midnight Report for more stories that will keep you up at night.